Howdy, y'all. This is KK Dog, the Big Red, coming at you with some Slay the Spire 2. I hope you guys are having a great day. Let's get right into it. So, obviously I'm on a fresh account. I don't have any of the other characters unlocked, just the Ironclad right now. This character starts with 80 health, 99 gold. The last soldier of the Ironclads. Crushes foes with sword and flame against his will. And our starting relic is Burning Blood. At the end of combat, heal 6 HP. I am going to skip past the tutorials. I have a lot of experience with the first Slay the Spire, and I have played Slay the Spire 2 on my personal account. And I've gotten pretty far. I think I'm halfway through the Ascension climb. Maybe a little bit more. Much further when I play with friends. So I have a good base of knowledge for the game so far. I haven't played it in a little while, a couple months, so I'm wondering how it's been updated. Or like a month. Alright. One of the most important things is figuring out how do we want to tackle this. What I'm mainly looking for is branching paths. Mainly so I can hit elites. That are these guys with the horns. Because if I have a good build, I want to hit as many elites as possible. That way, obviously, I can get some really good cards. When you defeat an elite, they have a higher chance of dropping a higher rarity card, which are usually high impact cards, which empower your run. And they'll also drop a relic, which gives you like a permanent buff, like our Burning Blood. Ooh, choices. I like these two paths, since they both have a shop at the end. I kind of want to aim for that. But if I'm aiming to hit that, this becomes a much bigger question mark. But I don't necessarily need to go to this shop. I can go up, hit this elite, and then try to upgrade whatever card I might get at the campfire. I like that path. It is a pretty late elite, and it's the only one that we can take if we do go that way. But at the same time, if we hit this general path, either of these two, we're going to be locked to one elite. If we go to any of these three, we are locked to one elite. Actually, these three. We can go to the right, and that does set us up for a couple elite fights, which we can avoid one of them if we want to by, just going for a normal fight instead. But that also means we have 3 guaranteed fights to get ready for it, 2 question mark rooms, which might help, might not. And then we'd have to make a decision immediately after our first elite, which, I mean, it's not bad. It's doable. It would definitely set us up well. And the boss we're going up against is Vantum. So Vantum, his big gimmick is that he has a very powerful 3-round attack. So he'll do like 2 weaker hits and then a really big hit for his 3rd attack. And he has, I forget what it's called, but it's like ink, which essentially reduces any damage you deal to him to 1 for a set amount of attacks. I forget how much it is for single player, but like if we're going to try to beat him as the Ironclad, I think we're going to want a build that kind of specs into some multi-hits, Or we can take some weak hits while we build strength. That's kind of our main ways to scale, at least against this boss. And if I'm doing that, I don't know if I want to fight a bunch of elites before it, because I think it's going to be a difficult fight for us. I'm just going to clear all the drawings real quick. You know what? Nothing risked, nothing earned. I'll go for this elite first, and we'll go off that. So, we have our starting deck. It is 5 strikes, 4 defends, and a card called Bash. Deals 8 damage, applies to vulnerable. Obviously, damage is just dealt directly to the enemy, which they can block with shield. We start with 3 energy every turn, and the card's cost is in the top left, while the effect is listed on the card. So we got 12 damage coming at us. I'm going to block twice, and just strike once. We do lose a little bit of health, but the enemies are going to scale harder than us if we don't attack them. So I'm going to bash, give it vulnerable, and defend. Bashing makes enemies receive 50% more damage. So we caught him on a turn where he's powering up. Alright, 18 health. If we get 3 strikes, it's donezo. Because we can just kill him. Let's go! Because of burning blood, we'll heal up all the health too. All the damage we took. So almost usually each enemy will drop gold. Elites will drop more. And they will give you a pack of cards to choose from. So we can take Tremble, which will give an enemy exhaust. Give an enemy vulnerable and exhaust. We can take Blood Wall, lose 2 HP, but get a big shield. Or Setup Strike. We're not too scared of losing HP with the... since we can regain it, and that block does seem nice. I'm actually going to go for Setup Strike, just because it will empower all of the attacks after it. Yeah. Let's go to the right, aim for that elite. We're going to need the damage for the elites too. You're not going to out-sustain an elite. So we got some attacks coming. I'm going to knock out the 2 small ones first. I can kill one of them immediately and start knocking down the second one. So if we get Setup Strike, we can just immediately knock it down. And then we'll likely have to... we'll use some of the defense that we might draw to defend against the Twig Slime. Alright, Setup Strike deals enough damage just to knock it out. And then we can heal up. Or we can defend ourselves after. Okay, we can play Slime to draw a card. Let's just strike it out and then draw at the very end. Drew a slime. Played a slime to draw a slime. Love it. Okay, we have the damage to kill. No need to overthink it. Breakthrough will help us with large fights if there's multiple creatures. Do we have to worry about that here? I do like Inflame for the boss fight near the end. Anger's also pretty good. It's cheap, and if we can get draw, it'll help carry us through that first boss fight for sure. If we can get draw, it'd be really useful. I don't think we're going to have many more options for AoE though, so I'll take Breakthrough. Alright. It's going to debuff us. Bash it. Knock it. Now we're dealing 30 less. Okay, for 30 less. I can defend most of its damage with one defend. Oh, 11. That's enough to kill it, actually. Actually, can we can avoid taking damage altogether with it. Just using regular strikes. Potions, they are one-time use. You can click on it to throw it during battle or discard it if you want to pick up another potion. Let's see. Dismantle will be nice against the boss. Hitting twice to remove 2 of its stacks is pretty good. Having said, Our deck is certainly leaning rather aggressive right now. Birdonus Nest. You spot an enormous, shambling beast chase off an injured green bird. In the alcove the bird fled from, a single unguarded leg lies abandoned. Your stomach gurgles. We can eat it to gain max HP, or we can take the egg, which gives us a quest card. So when we hit a rest site, we'll be able to hatch it, and it'll give us a bonus effect. In this case, I know what the effect is. It'll give us a little pet in battle, and give us a really good card. So I'm going to take the egg. We're not exactly in dire straits yet. You gently scoop up the egg and stow it, thinking it may hatch into something useful later. That gives us something guaranteed to upgrade at the fire if we decide to try to take on that second elite. Or if we get a really good card, we can upgrade it here, fight the elite, and then take on this campfire later to hatch the bud. Alright. So these are inklets. They have the same powers as the Phantom, which is the boss of this act. So, the next time they would lose HP, it only loses 1 HP instead. We're not in a great spot right now. Let's knock out the weakest one first. We're just going to do one hit and then defend, so it doesn't really matter which one we do. And yes, until you complete the quest, in this case hatching it at the rest site, it's just going to be a kind of dead card in your deck. I'm pretty sure that slippery also works on the fire potion. So like if they... Oh, this is great. Let's break... Ooh. Strike, strike, break through. Leaves them alive though. Okay, here's what I'm thinking. We can strike the last one, break through to crack the other two's slippery effect, and then just defend whatever damage might be coming at us. We'll take a little bit, but we're going to be healing it up with the Burning Blood anyway. Yeah, has to be that way. Okay, we got a bit of damage coming at us. We have to use all of our energy to kill one of them if we want to. You know what? Knocking out 10 damage saves us more than gaining 5 block. I'm not too worried about the 3 damage right now. Alright, let's knock him out. Give me that gold. Okay. We definitely want to take one of the 2 block cards here. Since we have breakthrough, I'm not too worried about the dealing damage to all enemies. Like, while it could be free, it's not what we need right now. Question is, gain 8, draw 1, or gain 5 and buff a card? I think we have some pretty good cards if we want to upgrade them. I'm just going to view upgrades of all. Like, we can use it to upgrade another block, and that'll help us in the long term. And its upgrade itself is really nice, because it'll upgrade your whole hand. So let's take that. Make our move on. Sapphire Seed. You narrowly avoid stepping on a bright, sharp seed. Its unmistakable color gives away that it's a sapphire seed. Weren't these incredible seeds supposed to be extinct? Legends say that consuming one can greatly amplify your endurance. But what if you plant and nourish it instead? So we can heal 9 by consuming it and upgrading a card in our deck. We're obviously not really in need for health right now. Or we can enchant a card with Sown. The first time you play this card, each combat gain an energy. So if you put it on a 1-cost card, it'll essentially be free, as long as you're able to play it. I like the sound of that. It is only the first time it's played each combat, but I think we have to do it. Especially on, like, armaments. So, as long as you have 1 energy, upgrade your hand and get the energy back. I think I'm going to go with that. You scour the overgrowth and find a pot with a good aeration. Then you go trek around, searching for an untouched spot where the light peeks through a cracked wall. Carefully you reinforce the pot with bark and vine to camouflage it. Fill it with loamy, nutrient-rich soil and nestle the seed just beneath the surface. Finally, you gather dew from nearby plants and pour it over the soil. Grow big, little seed. Unknowingly, the sapphire seed attaches to you spiritually, thankful for your hard work. Alright. Big boss, or big elite fight. Let's see who we got. We're going up against Birdonis. I think they're upset that we took the egg. Okay. So this enemy has territorial. At the end of its turn, it'll gain a strength. So the longer we take with this fight, the harder it's going to be. Here's what I'm thinking. I want to armaments, and I kind of want to armaments dismantle because I imagine this will come in handy later to kind of finish it off. Upgrading it takes its damage from 8 to 10. And since the enemy is going to be vulnerable, that means 15 times 2 is 30. Which is a pretty big nuke here, all things considered, considering it has 83 HP. Defense aren't bad, and I would never upgrade the strike over a card that I put in my deck. But I like Dismantle here. And since we get the energy back, we can defend. We're taking 7, but we're dealing 10. I like that. I like those odds. The only problem is we only have one way to apply vulnerable, and that is bash, which isn't great. Am I willing to just trade blows with it? I feel like I kind of need to. We definitely need to play bash. I think that's probably the biggest part of our strategy. We can also use a fire potion later if it feels like we're just taking too much damage. I do want to preserve some health for that next elite fight because I am planning on going there. I feel like we have a decent deck set up against it. Alright. I feel like 5 health would be nice to hold on to. But we gotta go for the kill at some point. We also kind of need to get lucky with the draw if we're going to go for the dismantle after the bash. Alright. Our only choice is to deal damage here, so set up strike. Bash it for 16, we'll lose 1 HP. I think that's a good amount. We could probably kill it now with a potion. 12, 16, that's 38. That puts us in range to just potion it down. I would trade a potion for 19 health. We're having fried chicken for dinner tonight. All right, and we got a potion back, which is pretty nice. And Vajra, so we'll have each combat will start with the strength already, which is pretty dang nice for our deck. All right, our first, what's it called again? Rare card, legendary card, and it's Pyre. We can spend 2, and then at the beginning of each turn, we'll gain an additional energy. Upgraded, it's gain 2. That's definitely really nice for the long run, as long as we can set it up. Will we be able to kind of hold on and let it scale, like get its value over time? Because right now we have a really aggressive deck. Like we want to be hitting. Bludgeoning isn't bad, but it's also very expensive. And Evil Eye is really good, but we don't really have any exhaust yet either. Let's take Pyre. We can make this work. It's better upgraded, but I kind of want to hatch that Birdonis egg. Obviously, our next campfire will most likely be spent on armaments just because it upgrades multiple cards. But for now, let's hatch the egg. We have Bird Pip. Upon pickup, gain the card Bird Swoop. A Bird Pip will accompany you in battles. So, Bird Swoop is a free 14 damage card. Single target, but that's not bad. That's really not bad right now. Okay. Choices to be made here. This guy splits up into 4 enemies when he dies, but we don't have the luxury of time because he'll fill our deck with parasites, which are going to make it so the longer this battle takes, the worse it's going to be for us. I'm going to armaments the breakthrough, just because later in the battle it'll be more useful. We also get the energy cost back. Or we get the energy back. So, vulnerable, we'll break through it, and then we'll Bird Swoop it. My little buddy! This is, what? KK Bird, the big green. Alright, we have enough to break it right now. The question is, do we want to? And the reason I'm hesitating at all is it's in range so that next turn, regardless of what we get, we're going to be able to knock it down. But it might give us an extra turn to set up Pyre. Because when it spawns its little babies, it's stunned for the first. Oh my gosh, it's a frog! I just realized that. It's got the legs. Ooh. Okay, well we're taking 6 if we full block. I'm down for that. I'm okay with it. Actually, we could also strike it just to get it down to 1 health. We don't have any end of turn damage, so I'm okay with this. But this turn we definitely have to kill it. But we drew the Pyre, so let's set it up. We only need 1 energy to do the trick. And then its little babies come out stunned. So now this is where our AoE is going to come in handy. And now we start with 4 energy, which is huge. And we drew a bunch of the infections. Beautiful. Love it. We'll bash you. So we're going to be taking 6 from hand, 12 from the field. So we're going to be taking 8 damage here. I feel like there will be a better time to use our block potion. We'll just tank it. Alright, we got our breakthrough. That's 14 damage. We don't really... Okay. I'm pretty sure that's enough to just bring us in range to kill everybody, so we'll break through. Bird Swoop. I'll save that one for last. Let the bird deal the finishing blow. Oh yeah. Bird! Kill that wriggler. Ah! That's my goat. 41 gold. Ornamental Fan. Every time you play 3 attacks in a single turn, gain 4 block is pretty nice for us right now. Okay, we can pillage and it deals 6 draw cards until you draw a non-attack card. It's not bad, and it might set up armaments. Rampage is good ramping damage if you're planning for a very long fight. I feel like our Pyre is going to give us enough value on that front. And then we can Flame Barrier, gain 12. Whenever you are attacked this turn, deal 4 damage back. Flame Barrier upgraded at 16. That is essentially equal value to upgraded 2 defense. What do we want here? I think we like Pillage for extra card draw. It is, I mean, it's a guaranteed draw 1, which is pretty nice here. But it's also possibly draw like 3 or 4 until we get to our armaments or one of our defends. So we can kind of search through our deck a little bit. Which isn't bad. It's not a great upgrade since it doesn't give an additional effect to reduce a cost, but we already have a good upgrade coming with armaments. Alright. Gorget. At the start of each combat, gain 4 plating. So the way plating works is you'll get 4 at the very beginning of combat. So for your first turn, you'll gain 4 block. It'll go down by 1. So for your second turn, you'll gain 3. And it'll repeat that process until the plating is completely off of you. We want to go upgrade that armaments. We can also rest up to heal health, but I don't think we really need to. I don't think we're in a rush to do that. A Mauler. Kind of weak. We don't really have... I mean, we could Pillage, draw to a block, which will give us a little bit. Pyre sets us up to maybe avoid some damage in the future. We're going to, you know, we kind of have to save our damage for, whatchamacallit, bash and stuff. We have a lot of stuff with the vulnerable. But for now, I'm going to avoid giving it any extra damage on us. So, just regular strike, because I don't want to draw a defend yet. Only take 4. I forgot about the plating. I'm very good at forgetting. We have 4 energy. We have 3 block. We can just play 2 defense, set up strike, strike. We'll take a little bit, but I'm not too scared of chip damage. Alright. It's not doing anything. We don't need to defend. We can go all out. And kill it. 19 strength, a strength potion. Or 19 gold, a strength potion, and... Okay. I don't think we need a setup strike. I don't think we need another one. We could take a rage. That definitely plays well with what we want right now. We could also take a Thunderclap, which helps us kind of with our little vulnerable into dismantle combo. But I really do like that rage. I'm going to go for the rage. Okay, we have some raiders. Assassin, crossbow, and brute. Planning on taking down the brute last. I think assassin, crossbow, and then brute is probably the best. Is our best sequencing here. And we should be able to kill the assassin right now. Rage, breakthrough, dismantle does enough. And I still have enough energy to strike, bring the crossbow raider down to 1. And because of the rage, we'll be taking no damage. I love that play. Well, we'll be taking 1 damage because of the breakthrough, but I think that's worth it. Actually, we're taking no damage. Ornamental Fan and the Gorget. Very good at forgetting. 3 shield is not a lot. Alright. I don't think there's really much need to overthink this. We can just kill with what we got. Set up strike. Bash bird. Eat his heart. Oh yeah. Alright. Uppercut gives weak. We don't have any weak yet, and it does continue. It does apply vulnerable again, which is nice. But it is also a 2-cost card, which I don't know about. True Grit is really good. if you can upgrade it. Because right now, in its base form, it's gain 7 block, exhaust a card, but we don't know exactly which one we're going to exhaust. With the upgrade, we only increase the block by 2, but then we can choose which card we get rid of. So like we could get rid of our strikes if we don't really want them, or essentially we can cut the deck down mid-battle. The other option is Battle Trance, which is a draw 4 for free. Which, like, if we have a good if we have armaments in our hand, we can hit that, and we'll upgrade a whole lot more of our cards. So uppercuts out immediately. The question is True Grit or Battle Trance. We are about to go into Elite Fight, and I'm expecting that from that we might get a card we want to upgrade. You know what? With Gorget and Ornamental, I think we have some good blocks, so I don't know if we really need True Grit. I am kind of worried about our draw, though, because right now our only draw engine is Pillage, which doesn't exactly inspire confidence in me. And I think we're strong enough to take on another Elite. Alright, we have the Bygone Effigy. It is sleeping, so it's not doing nothing right now. And it is slow. Whenever you play a card, this enemy receives 10% more damage from attacks this turn. So, obviously you want to kind of save up a bit and hit it with attacks at the very end. It wouldn't be a bad idea to Battle Trance and then kind of search for some of our setup cards right now. Just because it is kind of a free turn, right? Let's see what we get. Pyre. Not bad. We can also Pillage. There's a pretty good chance that we don't get armaments, but on the off chance that we do, I like that. I like that chance, because it would upgrade a whole lot of cards that we like. Let's try it. Oh, shoot. Okay, the downside of Battle Trance is you can't draw any more cards for the turn. I totally forgot about that. So we're just going to play Pyre. Set ourselves up for success in the future, as well as a Strength Potion. Because I think we're going to need it here. Strength does scale really well into the Effigy as well. Okay. Let's get as much damage out of this one strike as we can. So we'll Rage, throw out our defense, and our strike will deal 9, now deals 12. Let's go. We very, very probably will have to burn our block potion here. But this is not a bad hand to upgrade. So we'll hit the armaments. We'll go in order from least damaging to most damaging. So strike, dismantle because it doesn't have the vulnerable, it'll only hit once. Strike, dismantle, break through, bird swoop. That'll do some nice damage actually. Alright. Let's see how much it deals. We also got the ornamental fan going off, as well as we have the Gorget, so we'll be taking 12. Let's see how much this does first. Okay, so we'll be taking 12 damage, which is perfectly enough for our block potion. Let's go. All right. I don't think there's any question of our play here. Rage. What skill do we draw into here? I mean, we could draw into Battle Trance or Armaments again. But we could also draw like Bird Swoop and some of our bigger hitting cards, so that we're not just doing 2 basic strikes. I'll start with Rage, hit him with a Pillage, and let's see what we draw. Okay, we did draw the Bird Swoop. We can also hit Battle Trance for more. Actually, we could just kill it right now. No need to do all that extra stuff. 36 gold, bag of prep. At the beginning of each combat, draw 2 additional cards. Let's go. Okay. Okay, what do we want here? I feel like we've got really good draw now, so I don't feel the need to take Pommel Strike. Twin Strike scales really well with Strength, which I feel like ultimately we probably will need to get into. Just because, while we have decent damaging cards, you know, the other option is another Dismantle, and we kind of commit to going into a vulnerable build. Which isn't bad. We can definitely look for more vulnerable cards. And we can fish for them really well with Battle Trance, Pillage, all the stuff. We can also just skip, which isn't a bad idea here. Just because we really don't have that much vulnerable in our deck yet. We'd be kind of betting on a payoff and forcing ourselves into a lane, which the only card that we really have to certainly build around is Pyre. The rest are just kind of generally good cards. So I think for now, let's just skip. I think we have enough that we can start building. Alright. One's powering up, one's hitting us right now. We'll block a guaranteed 4. We can also just bash, dismantle, bird swoop, and that'll give us the ornamental fan. So I don't think we have to worry about taking any damage. Let's just knock out the one that's buffing himself. Or at least get him low. Nah, never mind. We're killing him. Bird! Bird too strong. Now let's look for hits. Battle Trance. See what we can get. See what we can draw. Setup Strike. 2 more energy remaining. We don't really need to rage. How much is 3 damage worth? Is 3 damage worth 1 of my health right now? I don't think so. Alright. 14 damage is coming at us. I love the idea of armamenting first here. I think that's always the play. So we have 3 to work with. We can block for 8. That'll full block. Or we can just kill. Take 1 HP. I'd make that deal. Damn good deal. A lot of these hallway fights aren't going to last long enough for us to get real good value out of Pyre. And that should hold true to like the very end of the game. We have an energy potion, which is going to be very nice for the future. Okay. Okay, big decision to make here. So we have Whirlwind X cost card. So however much we pay, we'll repeat the effect X times. So it's deal 5 damage to all enemies, and it'll repeat however much we pay for it. We can also go Bloodletting, which is very, very useful since we have a good amount of draw right now. We'll lose HP, but we gain 2 energy, which is essentially like a 3 HP cost energy potion, which is really, really nice. And then we can also fully commit to the vulnerable build with Tremble, which isn't bad, but I feel like we might have better options. Eventually we'll want to take it, but I think right now going into a boss fight, the biggest power bump we could get is Bloodletting. Alright, let's smith. Let's see, what will give us the biggest advantage here? I don't mind upgrading Battle Trance. I feel like Pyre is probably the best just because, you know, having that extra energy at the beginning of each turn will allow us to play even more. I think it's worth fully committing to that. 73 HP going into it, 370 gold. We have the energy potion ready on deck. Let's fight it. It is 8. So the next 8 times that we deal damage, it'll only deal 1 damage. Okay. I see potential here. First things first, I'm going to start off bold. Start with a Bloodletting. I want a Battle Trance. We'll draw 3, so we have 2, 4, 5. It'll bring us to 8 cards. in hand. Hopefully we draw armaments. I think it's worth taking that shot. We do. We do. This is huge. Play out the armaments. Let's see what we can get. Rage, because who wouldn't want free block off of attacking? We don't have any vulnerable, but I think it's pretty clear we want to... It'll all deal 1 damage anyway. But, you know, it plays to our strength here. So, we'll just play everything. Oh boy, what a turn 1. Alright. Its tail's extending. I think next turn it'll like go all the way over here and it'll try to knock us or something. I could play 3 attacks for the extra. Pillage guarantees a draw of Defend or Pyre. I think it's worth pillaging, and if we draw Pyre, we can energy potion it. We don't need to bash it because it's still basically immune to damage at this point. So let's see what we draw. Pyre, good. It's definitely worth popping our energy potion here. We could Pyre. We need to deal damage to it 3 more times before we're even able to start actually hurting it. 2 more attacks and we'll activate the Ornamental Fan. So I'll do 2 more attacks instead of Defend. Because it's 1 less block, but we'll almost fully get rid of Slippery, its buff. Alright, yeah, this is good. So yeah, now it's going to do its big strike, 26 damage, and give us a debuff. Alright, well, we don't have enough energy to play everything in hand, so let's think about this real quick. I like the idea of armaments, buff all the cards for the rest, defend right after, finish it off with bash, and then we'll hit dismantle. That way the dismantle doesn't get blocked. I think that's our only real play. It does still get the effect from bash, even though it reduces its damage. And then we can start cutting it down. Plus, we block most of the damage anyway. Alright. We got the wounds in our discard. Okay. For pillage, we can draw 2 defends, rage, or battle trance. Is it? Okay, it's buffing right now, so I don't really need to worry about defending. So 3 of the 4 wouldn't be great. But if we do draw that battle trance, it does allow us to kind of pop off a bit. Plus we have bloodletting. Alright. Setup strike into the pillage. See what we draw. Battle trance. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and use that immediately. We have all the energy we need for our strikes and bird swoop, so we don't need to use bloodletting here. Let's do some damage. Bud. Okay, it's got 25 HP left. Okay, we kill it next turn guaranteed with Strike Breakthrough. Thanks to Vulnerable. Okay. Just double check it. Yeah. Yeah, it's dead. And we discovered an epoch. That's kind of like the progression in this game. So, a lot of roguelikes have ways of making progress with characters. For Slay the Spire 2, each character has their own individual experience. So, you get experience from anything you do, essentially. And that'll allow you to get better cards, or, well, not necessarily better, but different cards in the future, as well as all the cards you have access to at the very beginning. It'll give you additional relics in your pools, so like some specific ironclad relics and other general relics. But for now, 100 gold. Okay. Okay, we have choices to make. Um, so, Primal Force turns all your attacks into giant rocks, which is 1 energy cost, deals 16 damage. What's its upgraded? Into deal 20 damage, which, not bad at all. We can Demon Form, takes 3 energy, and at the start of your turn gain 2 strength. Upgrading it keeps the cost, but increases it to 3 strength per turn. Or we can get Thrash, which deals 4 damage twice, exhaust a random attack, but the attack that it exhausts adds on to its damage. So it's 4 damage twice. If we exhaust a strike, it'll add 6 damage onto it, so it'll be 10 twice. And then, you know, another strike, and it keeps scaling up. The only thing is, if you do use it, you don't want to use cards that have specific effects to them. Like, you don't want it consuming a dismantle, because we want the enemy to, you know, get hit twice because of vulnerable. And yeah, it would count in anyway. Also, like, setup strike, you know, you'd be taking away the 2 strength. So, I don't know if we actually need Demon Form here. I feel like with the amount of card draw we have right now, I feel like we'll be able to swipe, we'll get through attacks, plus if we can thrash a bunch of cards, that kind of gets rid of some of our deck size issue as well. The main problem is going to be getting it in time, but that's all of these. I'm feeling pretty good about Thrash. Alright, into the Hive. Each time that we beat a final act boss, so when we beat the Inkling monster, whatever it was, now we get to go to a floored deity or something. In this case, we have this. Oh, it's in the bottom left. Okay. Tezcatara, it which feeds the fire, and these are people that will help us as we keep climbing the spire. Oh, a visitor, do come in, dear. What can Tezcatara do for you? So we get 3 options. We can take Very Hot Cocoa, start each combat with an additional 4 energy for the rest of the run, which is pretty good with Bag of Prep. We can do a big hug, and remove 4 cards from our deck, and whenever we shuffle our draw pile, add Suit into your draw pile. So you can remove cards from your deck, which will make it cycle more, but you pay for it with the Suit, which is unplayable. Which isn't there are a lot of characters which have the ability to, like, discard and exhaust. I mean, Ironclad's able to exhaust, but we don't really have any of that in our repertoire yet. Or we could take a Pumpkin Candle, gain energy at the start of each turn, but we lose the relic at the start of Act 3. Okay. I feel like we're in a strong enough spot that we don't really need the Pumpkin Candle right now. I feel like we don't really need the big hug. I'm very much leaning towards the Very Hot Cocoa. Let's see. About the map as well. Where can we fight the most elites? Because I feel like we are on fire right now. I feel like we got to keep this up. So the most elites we can find are 2. And that's either through this path or the very left. The right path only has 1 elite available to it. So that's essentially here, and either of these 2 are straight off the map. So we definitely want to hit this way. The left side has a back-to-back elite fight with a shop at the very end, but we have 470 gold. I kind of want to spend it very soon. So I'm inclined to follow this left path all the way up, so we can hit that double elite and spend our money, like, now, which is really nice. And I don't really want to remove 4 cards since we have Thrash now, and we kind of want to you know, absorb some of these worse cards into our Thrash. So let's take the very hot cocoa. Let's head up the left. Bull Bug has imbalance. If we can fully block it, it becomes stunned for the next turn. And we have the Bull Bug Nectar. Okay, we have 7 energy. Holy. I am very much looking to Pyre. Do we have enough to throw that bug off balance? So if we Pyre, we can double defend for 10. We'll have 4 automatically from plating. We only need 1 more. But that would be, what, 4 energy of ours. We have 3 left. We can set up strike. And that will activate the Gorget. Or the Ornamental Fan. That'll be enough to throw it off balance. We'll be missing on the bash setup, but I think it's worth it. Yeah. And I don't remember exactly what the Bull Bug does. It probably powers itself up. So I'm going to aim for the Bull Bug first. Alright, and we're able to fully block both of their attacks. So Bull Bug is stunned, and the rock is stunned, and the nectar is powering up. Okay, we have enough to kill. We have enough to kill the Bull Bug right now, though. 15. Yeah, that'll be enough to kill it. And then we can just dismantle. I'll defend for the funsies, and no need to use the bloodletting. Okay, it gained 15 strength. Jesus. I'm going to start with a... I should have saved the rage, because I'll draw into an armament and be able to use it, or make it a little bit better. I am pretty confident with what we have right now, though. Armament, power everything up. And let's... Okay, what do we need to do? 7, 10, 10. So that'll be enough to kill it. No need to break through and lose HP. We would gain it back anyway, but, you know, in case it does matter. Should be specific. Okay. Setup Strike we already have. Breakthrough we already have, so I'm not very concerned about that. Perfected Strike kind of just acts as another strike, which we don't really need. I mean, we have Setup Strike and our 5 base strikes, but that's 2 damage, or 2 energy deal 18, which I don't think is worth it right now. We have a higher standard. Alright, we got the Tunneler. Pyre in our starting hand again. Let's go. Okay. I'm kind of eager to pillage and see what we draw off of it. Just because bloodletting, armaments, even rage here would be really nice. And then, of course, all the cards we draw getting up to that. I'll save Battle Trance for after. That way, if we hit something really good, they're like, or if we hit armaments, then I can draw more. Okay. Not exactly what I was hoping for. Let's Battle Trance, see what we get. Okay, we did get the armaments in the end. Armaments. Oh, we have 4 energy. I really want to defend. Use the Dismantle so it doesn't get eaten up by the Thrash. Use the Breakthrough for the same reason. Actually, I wouldn't mind if it took the Breakthrough, just because it's only 1 enemy. Instead... Okay. We have 9 block currently with the plating. We only need to gain 4, so we don't even need to defend. We can increase the chance Thrash takes the breakthrough by using Dismantle, because I never want it eating that. So Dismantle, Strike, Strike, we'll get the full block, and then Thrash, we have a 50-50 shot. I like that plan. Okay, it ate up the strike. That's fine. Realistically, if we're able to cycle to it again anyway, the battle's over. We probably don't even need to wait that long. Setup strike, bird swoop, and no need to defend. Okay. 32 block. And it's dealing 23 damage. Am I going to have the oomph to kill that? Definitely not. Okay. Do I want to bash it though? I can Gambler Brew, get myself out of this sticky situation. It might be worth to bash it just so that way if we do get Thrash, we can essentially end the battle on the spot. Because I would definitely use a potion to avoid... Let's see, 4 plus 2... To avoid, like, 11 damage. Alright, let's gamble away these cards. See what we draw instead. Battle Trance, love that. Okay. Rage, just to start it off. Bird Swoop. Ah, we have enough to kill it here. Let's go. Alright. Oh, Spike got a new card. Art. It used to be like a Sprite can. But instead of Sprite, it was Spite and like colored red. It is a free attack, and it does have synergy with Breakthrough a little bit. Breakthrough and Bloodletting, since it, you know, hits twice if we lose HP on our turn. But we could also get Shrug Off, which is a better blocking option than we have for most of our cards. Or we could get Stone Armor, which 6 plating. That's not bad. We do have some plating already, but I'd much rather take the draw with Shrug It Off. It works better with Pyre and all of our draw cards already. We're going to continue up the left, get to that shop soon, hopefully. Alright, our question mark, which is an unknown room, ended up being an enemy. Alright. Let's go all out. Rage it, and then we'll just start cutting it up. It's going to summon minions. The minions will, you know, they'll start doing things in a couple turns. We want to kill it just before that happens. Because I don't really care enough to see it start powering up and having multiple people hitting me. I want to end this quick. So I'm inclined to pillage, bird swoop, and maybe shrug it off. Let's see what we draw with pillage first. Alright. Shrug it off, see if we draw anything good. Okay, we could thrash the bird swoop, which would exhaust it. Or we could strike, get the thrash, but then we have to cycle back to it. Let's see. Right now, if we hit with bird swoop and thrash, so it'll be 14. So that's 36, and it loses vulnerable. It's kind of a sticky situation to be in. I don't really want a battle trance right now, just because if we draw Pyre... Actually, I don't mind drawing Pyre too much, and it might get us armaments. Let's see what we get. Okay, we did not get anything we wanted. We really wanted armaments, bloodletting, or Pyre to get it out of the way. Did that open up another option for us? 26... So 48 damage? 48 damage, and we're guaranteed to draw nothing next turn. These enemies are going to heal up after they hatch, so I'm kind of eager just to bird swoop, and then we can thrash. See how far low it gets it. Yeah, see how low we get it. What did we discard? We exhausted breakthrough with it, so okay. Alright. Start off with armaments. I mean, we might as well activate Pyre here. Do I want to set up strike? I mean, I'm not really worried about setup striking right now. I feel like we could just defend. Defend blocks 2 of their attacks. We'll be left with 11 coming to our 7. I like that. We'll heal it up at the end of the battle if we end it soon anyway. Alright. We can just strike. Thrash it. My bird. Oh, I love it. Okay. Feel no pain. Whenever you exhaust a card, gain 3 block. Iron Wave, gain 5 block, deal 5 damage. Or Mangle for 3 energy, deal 15, and enemy loses 10. Which, if we go up against a multi-hit enemy, is lethal for the turn we use it. I can also sacrifice it to Thrash if I figure like it's not a big multi-hit enemy. I do worry about that 3 cost though. Feel no pain is it's definitely calling to me. Even though we don't have any exhaust yet, we do have Thrash, which guarantees that we'll at least exhaust 1 card every couple turns. I'll take Mangle. Just because, worst comes to worst, we can just use it to boost our Thrash major. Okay, the Hunter Killer. Let's see, we have 7 energy. Thanks to Hot Cocoa. Very Hot Cocoa. Let's start off with the Pyre. We don't really need to block, but let's do it like we do. Set up strike, strike, strike. And then we'll just end. Tender. Whenever you play a card, lose 1 strength and 1 dexterity this turn. Okay, that's a toughie. So we kind of want to play as little as possible. Okay. Armaments. Starts us off right. Five block. Oh, this is a tough one. Okay. I don't think we ever need to use bloodletting here just in general. It's not worth taking the 1 strength and dexterity hit. I think we're definitely starting with armaments. Armaments dismantle Thrash. And it'll take the damage from strike for a future. Because this is definitely going to be one where we have to loop around, I think. Let's go that route. Actually, if we're going to loop around anyway, we might as well save the dismantle. Or use it with the Thrash. That way it deals... Because it's going to hit twice anyway with Thrash. Yeah, let's do that. Sacrifice a card to the Thrash. Yeah, this is a toughie. This is a tough enemy. Alright. This is where Mingle gets to shine. So soon. Alright. Do we want to draw cards here? We could get Bash, which would be nice. We would Bash Mangle. And then kind of let it be with that. Hope that we draw it. If we don't draw it, we could pull off Mangle Bird Swoop. I think it's best just to draw here. Yeah, definitely. Okay. We have the Bash Mangle play. Since it's a multi-hit, it's 7 damage 3 times. When it loses the 10 damage thanks to Mangle, it deals nothing. And then Bird Swoop. Attaboy. Alright. Do we have the damage to finish off? 22 with Bird Swoop. We definitely have the damage to finish off here. Bird Swoop and then Breakthrough. Actually, we don't even need to. We can pillage it. Let's go. 10 gold. Whenever you apply Jesus. Let's see. I don't think we particularly need any of this, and we are getting rid of cards with Thrash. So I don't know if we really need the upgraded True Grit. Let's see. True Grit. True Grit. I mean, it could help us thin the deck down even more. Like, we can exhaust strikes and just try to eat up the big cards with Thrash, which isn't a bad idea. Gets us to shrug it off earlier too, but then we're guaranteed to have to use it at the next. Let's see. There's no reason to upgrade Thrash. It just deals 4 additional damage at the very beginning. There is a good point to upgrade Mangle, Bloodletting, and Battle Trance already too. We have cards that we already want to upgrade. I feel like it might not be a great idea to take a card specifically to upgrade when we already have such good options. I don't think we even need to upgrade Bloodletting because of Pyre. So take that off the list. Battle Trance will draw us an extra card, which is really good. Mangle dealing 5 extra damage is actually huge because of the Thrash potential, and reducing an enemy's damage by 15 for a turn is very good. Even more if you can get it with the right target. Okay. So since we want to upgrade Mangle next anyway, I talked myself into it. I'm just going to skip. We only have like 1 card that actually deals with vulnerable. And that's Bash, which isn't even the best vulnerable option. So we'll just skip. Go to the shop. Let's go. Merchant. Show me your wares. Okay. Okay. Let's see. We have Mystic Lighter. Enchanted attack deals 9 additional damage. Holy man. Taking that with Thrash is already big value. Juzu, also massive, and so is Pantograph. I usually look at the relics before I look at the cards, just because it gives me an idea of what can really alter the run. I don't. Plus, thinking from the perspective of we're going to be thrashing a lot. Don't really want Whirlwind. We don't really want Anger. It gives us like infinite things to thrash, but let's face it, I'm not. It's a 6 damage card. It would be low. It would be like at the bottom of the run for us here. Panache isn't bad. It is free, and we do have a lot of draw. So we would be able to play a lot of cards, especially because of our energy. Salvo. 1 cost 12 damage, retain your hand. Is also not bad. Not bad at all. But we don't have any issue with using our cards already. It's good if we have like defense that we want to save up or specific defensive cards, but I don't think we're struggling with that too much. Let's definitely remove a card. Just because we do have a lot of cards in our deck already. We have like 23. So I'm just going to get rid of a regular... Yeah, I'm going to get rid of a regular strike. I will take the Mystic Lighter. Oh, it's enchanted. I misread. Ay. It's okay. We can look for a way to enchant a card, and if we do manage it, we can enchant the Thrash. I definitely want to take the Juzu bracelet. I don't know if I really want fights in the question mark rooms, and we haven't really had an issue with HP yet, but Let's look a little bit more forward. We do have 2 elite fights coming up and a lot of question marks between us. Okay. To my knowledge, a lot of the question mark rooms typically have, like, you can trade your health or your money or something or other for nice little benefits. Some of them are just straight negative, some of the events, which is kind of, it's a big part of the question mark room. Real question is, do I want to take the vulnerable potion, power potion? Because those could be really good. Okay. You know what? I think we're in a really good spot. I want the Juzu bracelet, so we'll take that and start down our question mark path, our unknown path to the elites. Oh, baby. Immediately. Self-help book. On the floor lies a tome. Top 3 ways to conquer the Spire. The book is encrusted with blood, so you find this manuscript highly suspicious. Will you read it? We can read the back and enchant an attack with Sharp 2, read a random passage and enchant a skill with Nimble 2, or read the entire book and enchant a power with Swift 2. Sharp 2 means the attack deals 2 more damage. Nimble 2 means you gain 2 block when it's played. And the Swift 2 means that you draw cards whenever you first play it. Which, you can only play powers once anyway. It would give our Pyre draw 2, but let's face it, we want to use this Mystic Lighter. Enchanted attacks deal 9 additional damage, and we can Sharp 2 the Thrash. Let's go. So it'll be 6 from the Sharp, and then it'll go up to 15 because of the Mystic Lighter. Oh, baby. You flip the book over and read the summary. Critics and cultists agree that sharp and pointy weapons are the best way to inflict damage. There's a price sticker on the back of the book, crossed out and marked with a greatly reduced price. Alright. That's actually huge. Doll room. You enter a hidden room. It's packed with an array of dolls. Each are unique, their expressions ranging from joy to sorrow. Their attire spanning centuries and realms beyond your own. A chorus of whispers grows louder and louder until the dolls are shouting over each other and calling for you. You must choose one and leave immediately. I've completely forgotten what all these do. So we can take our chances and obtain a random one. We can lose 5 HP and choose one of 2. Or we could look at all of our options, lose 15 and choose 1. I'll take some time. I don't want to lose too much HP since we have those 2 elites coming up, and we don't even know what the next question marks will be. Amid the shouting, you quickly examine the dolls. One of these 2 may be good. It's hard to concentrate through the mental anguish. We can receive Mr. Struggles. At the start of your turn, deal damage equal to the turn number to all enemies. Or Daughter of the Wind, which whenever I play an attack, gain 1 block. Well, we want to be playing a lot of attacks here. I think we're set up really well for that. So, Daughter of the Wind, my goat. You should be happy I chose you, the doll proclaims triumphantly. Oh, what a cutie. Also the JoJo stuff. Let's go. Alright, what do we get from our chest? We get a lantern. Start each combat with an additional energy. So we start combat with 8 now. 3 from our base energy and 5 from at the start of combat stuff. Another chest. Back-to-back chests. Let's go. Unknown room chest too. We get Petrified Toad. At the start of each combat, procure a potion-shaped rock, which deals 15 damage. So it'll take up a potion slot, and we can use it to throw a giant rock at an enemy. Okay. Okay, we have the 8. How do we want to play this? Whenever we damage this guy, whenever we hit him, or deal damage, with an attack, he will shuffle a Dazed into our draw pile. Which kind of sets us in a... well... okay. First things first, we can deny all of his damage immediately with Mangle. So I definitely want to hit Mangle. The thing is, we're going to have to... That's going to put 2 dazed in our decks and play 2 dazed in our deck immediately. Okay. Rage. Rage Pillage. We can look to draw Armaments here, or Pyre, or Battle Trance, so we can draw the other 2. Okay. I like that idea. I think that's a safe start. Do we want to bash? We have Bloodletting, so if we do draw a high cost card, if we draw Pyre, we'll be able to play it for the cost of like 3 health. I do want to bash then. We don't want to wait too long with this guy. We want to kind of end this fight a little early. Just because eventually those dazeds are going to catch up to us. Yeah. Speaking of which, we just drew one of them. Let's shrug it off. See if we... Okay, draw, defend. It's not great. But we can play all the cards in our hand right now. We can mangle it. We could strike, Bloodletting, and strike again. I like the call. I like that call. Bloodletting. Strike, strike, Bird Swoop. Okay. We have to deal 60 damage with the cards left in our deck. Or we have to take a couple dazed turns, which... You know what? I could take it. 45 if we count for the Potion Rock, by the way. Pyre is a good start. Kind of a tough spot to Pyre, though. It's worth it. We can deal 26 damage. Doesn't give us enough to Potion Rock it yet. And it doesn't exactly set us up to kill him. Actually... Okay, let me think about this. Dismantle. It'll deal 26. So that'll be 30... 41 with the rock. We would need to deal 20. We would be able to do that with the cards left in our deck. Alright. We'll tank the damage. Use the Potion Rock with hopes that within the next 2 turns we draw enough to deal with him. Okay. Not great, but we only need 1 more attack. So, like 50-50 chance. Actually, way more than that. Okay. Good enough. Gold, attack potion, pendulum. Every 3 turns draw 1 card. That's pretty good. Passive card draw is not bad. We could take another Armaments Plus, which I'm rather inclined to do. Speeds up how fast we upgrade our whole deck, which I am very eager to do. Another question mark. Oh, the cheese. Room full of cheese. This room is full of cheese. You look around to see if there are any traps above you. More cheese. The candles in this room appear to be made of cheese. The furniture is also cheese. Suddenly, the door slams shut. The door behind you slams shut. It is made of cheese. Okay. So we can gorge, choose 2 of 8 random cards to add to our deck, or we can search and obtain the chosen cheese, which means at the end of combat, we will gain HP. I am very inclined to go for the chosen cheese. You scrounge about for hours and hours. Time slips by as your mind travels to places from the sheer presence of all this cheese, and you fade into a stupor. You snap awake and realize you're holding something. The chosen cheese. Big. Oh shit. Okay. Okay. Alright. So, for these guys, they're similar to an enemy from Slay the Spire 1, called like the Spire Growth, I think. Or I forget what their name is, but they are like black blob creatures with yellow eyes. And the thing is, you have to kill all of them, not necessarily at once, but you have to kill them all within a couple turns of each other, or they revive with like half HP. So, obviously the best thing here is like AoE, dealing damage to all of them at once. We don't really have that. What we do have is we have ways of getting enough attacks out that it doesn't matter too much. I'm kind of eager to start off with a Shrug It Off, but at the same time it might be better to Armaments Battle Trance. Since we have Shrug It Off already upgraded, let's do that. Shrug It Off. Battle Trance, that way we can draw 3 more cards to upgrade. Or 2 more additional ones instead of Battle Trance. Big. Armaments. So right now we deal 18 twice. I'm guessing the Mystic Lighter factors into this damage. So we can bash, kill one right now. And we can take a crapshoot on what it will absorb. Okay. I definitely want to take out the one that's buffing itself first. We also have Attack Potion, Potion Shaped Rock. I don't think that changes what we want to do here, actually. 27 twice is huge. Okay, it absorbed a strike. Good. I'll take that. We have 21 damage in hand. 21 damage in hand with a potion-shaped rock. That brings us to 36. With another attack and potion, we can also just kill it outright. It is an elite, but is it worth doing all of that instead of just dealing a bit of damage now? I think it's worth just dealing some damage now. Because we full block anyway. The only worry is if we're able to keep up the tempo on it. Because that last segment's reviving this turn. Okay. We had a really powerful turn there. Let's slow it down. Pyre. We'll gain 1 block if we play one of these. We can Breakthrough Strike. That will deal enough to kill the middle segment, which I'm inclined to do so. I mean, we'll gain the potion back at the beginning of the next fight anyway. Plus, it'll keep us to just 2 attacking us right now. Okay. I don't really care about upgrading Pillage, so I'm inclined to use it now. Pillage, the first one, Armaments, whatever we get. That way we can have the most upgraded. We'll lose a little bit of block from not having Rage out, but we'll upgrade Rage and use it after. I think it makes up for it. Yeah. Big, big. Thrash is huge. Alright, let's Armaments. We can Thrash immediately to kill either of them. Do we need any specific attacks to finish off the other one, though? Because we have Bloodletting, so we have an additional 3. We're at an effective 6 right now. Bird Swoop. Bird Swoop Strike is enough to finish off one of them. So we need... Actually, we have more than enough already. We don't need a Mangle or anything. Bird Strike. Thrash. Let's go. 37 gold. Radiant Tincture. Gain an energy. Gain an additional energy at the start of your next 3 turns. That'll be... I feel like we don't really have much energy issues. But it'll be helpful later. It's never bad to have it. It'll just limit us to 1 rock potion so we can use it every fight. Warpaint. Upon pickup, upgrade 2 random skills. Let's see what card we have first in case we want to upgrade it. Okay. Let's see. Do we need additional pyres? It wouldn't be bad, but that is definitely some bulk to our deck. I mean, it doesn't shuffle in And we do have a good amount of energy already. We have some good draw to help use it. What are the other choices? We can Rapture or Rupture. We have, well, Breakthrough works with it. Bloodletting goes with it. So that's not bad. We can also go Stone Armor, which isn't great though. I'm definitely feeling inclined to pick Pyre. And then we could just focus more on getting more draw cards so we can use the energy even more effectively. There are a lot of draw cards that the Ironclad has access to. And realistically, as long as we can keep looping to Thrash, we'll be fine. So I'll take the Pyre. And then Warpaint. Battle Trance and a Defend got upgraded, which is nice. Mites. Okay. The status card these guys gives is kind of brutal, I'm not going to lie. So I'm kind of eager just to eliminate one immediately. Setup Strike, Bash. It's probably more effective the other way, actually. Bash, Setup Strike, Dismantle, and then Bird Swoop if we need more. Let's do that. Actually, we can save Bird Swoop for the second one. Caw-caw! Let's load the potion-shaped rock now, just because it's, it's free. We're going to get it back at the start of the next fight. Did it just suck me? How? Alright. We don't have enough to kill it. I'm inclined just to Pyre. Pyre Shrug. We don't really want to draw. We'll do Pyre Strike. It's not attacking us anyway, right? Okay. Toxic. Yeah, at the end of your turn, if this is in your hand, take 5. Oh, we don't have any way of killing it right now. But we have ways of getting rid of Toxic. So, let's Armaments. Toxic, Defend, Defend. That takes all of our energy. Is there a way we can avoid that? We could Toxic, Rage, Strike. It would be 5 from Rage, 1 from the Doll. Actually, let's pull this out. I think we have enough that we can just block with 1 Defend. Yeah, no worries at all there. So the tricky thing about the Mites, though, is when you do play their Toxics together. Oh, it is Exhaust. It is Exhaust. Shit. I had a misconception. Alright, let's thrash him. Throw hands. Gold. Strength Potion is nice. It does mean we won't have access to the potion-shaped rocks if we want to keep these two. I'm going to get rid of the Radiant Tincture, just because we don't have any issue with energy, especially with picking up the second Pyre. So an Attack Potion and Strength Potion. And then, do we even want to spec into Vulnerable at this point anymore? Vulnerable's really nice, just so that way we can deal additional damage with Thrash. The question is, do we want Thunderclap for it? It is apply when vulnerable to all enemies, which isn't bad. We definitely don't want another Dismantle. Don't really care about Twin Strike. Do we want Thunderclap? Is it worth putting an additional card in our deck to maybe get a vulnerable Thrash off? We're at 24 cards. I feel like it wouldn't damage the deck. And we do have a lot of attacks, so a cheap attack is definitely welcome. Worst comes to worst, it becomes Thrash Fuel, but how much Thrash Fuel do we need? Because realistically, if our only attack was Thrash after eating every other attack in our deck, we'd be happy with it. Do we need the vulnerable, or is that a step too far? In this case, I think it'd be a step too far. We have other options for vulnerable as well, which we can get later. We're at 58 HP out of 82. I don't really feel any pressure to rest here. I'd rather smith. We can upgrade the Pyre again. Or Mangle. Do we not have Thrash upgraded? Oh yeah, it's only 2 additional damage. We don't really need to upgrade Thrash. I'm eager just to upgrade the Pyre. Because none of these cards are going to fix our... Well, we want more draw because we have substantially more energy now. The amount of draw we have is really good if we were just using 1. But since we have 2 Pyres, we're going to want more. So let's put that up. Commit to a high energy, high cycle deck. Okay, it's going to buff, give us 6 status cards. How do I want to play this? Let's start off with the potion-shaped rock. It's got 306 health. I don't think we necessarily need to, but let's drink a strength potion as well, just to be safe. Okay. Shrug it off armaments. See what we get. Thrashing this early is huge. Thrashing getting Mangle on it might be even worth it right now. Because let's see. If we thrash it, it will go up to 43 damage twice. We'll lose the strength decrease. Maybe it's worth keeping the big hit around since we have 2 Pyres that we need to play later. So what would that look like? Setup, strike, Mangle, Thrash. It consumes a strike, brings it to 32 damage. I think. That's not bad. It's not bad at all. And the Mangle will be useful utility later. Okay. Yeah. Alright, let's go with that. First turn, a third of the boss's health is gone. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay. We have 4 turns until we get eaten and die. Sounds concerning. But he just gave us Frantic Escapes, which is 1 energy, and we get further away from the sand pit. It means that we buy ourselves an extra turn. Alright, I think Battle Trance armaments. Let's upgrade as many cards as possible. We do have 16 damage coming in, but I'm not actually that worried about it. I'm more worried about... Well, we'll have the energy to at least play 1 Pyre, guaranteed. Which I'm eager to do, because that's fundamental to our strategy here. Okay, we only drew 1. Armaments, let's upgrade everything. Play the Pyre. Use Bloodletting. Get ourselves in a better spot. Bash, Dismantle, Strike, Bird Swoop. We'll get 5 block from the Daughter of the Wind. We have 3 from the Gorget. We already have 5. So, let's see, 12. We can afford to take some damage. We heal up after this anyway. Alright, that's another third of the boss's health gone. But now we're going to start getting some draws. Okay. We can play our whole hand here. So the only question is really what order do we want to do it in? Rage, defend, frantic escape, and play the hits. We could also use an attack potion. But I'm going to be honest, I'm not feeling the pressure to. We can save this for a more dire time. Start with our defensive skills, whip out the strike, breakthrough, make a frantic escape. We take 12. I don't think there's anything the attack potion can give us that will help kill it immediately, though. 10 because of the plating. Alright. Let's just... Well... Let's pyre. We could pillage. See what we draw, but realistically I just want a frantic. I think the game agrees with me. Okay. It's buffed up. Pretty sure we just kill it now. Bash. Bird swoop. 13 plus... Does that round up or down? We could play all of the cards in our hand anyway. I don't really need to overthink it. My bird. Yeah. Alright. Our damage slowed down there a bunch. Let's just mangle it. Or let's thrash it. Punch it in its mouth. 100 gold. Speed potion. Speed potion is definitely worth it. If, well, doesn't hurt to hold on to right now. And we get our golden pack. So we'll get a gold card. We can take another thrash. You can also thrash thrashes, by the way. We can fiend fire. Exhaust your hand, deal 7 damage for each card exhausted. Which isn't bad, but I feel like we kind of need some cards to feed to the thrash. And we have not yet, which is a straight heal 10 HP with exhaust. Which definitely isn't bad, especially if we have so much extra. Because there's a good amount of turns where we end with extra energy. So worst comes to worst, we use it once, we heal 10 HP. And before that, it takes up a spot in our deck. So we may dead draw it once each battle. I like it. I don't think I've actually seen that card yet either. Ooh. Contract with the devil. Give yourself to me, and you will be feared as much as I am. As much as I. The Coup, the first demon. We can take his fiddle. At the start of each turn, draw 2 additional cards. You may not draw cards during your turn. That would kind of kill the run, I think. So I'm not very eager for that one. We can take the Seri Talon, add 2 random curses and 3 wishes to your deck. A wish is a skill where you can put a card from your draw pile into your hand. So you can search your deck for a specific card. Not bad at all. Those 2 random curses kind of spook me a little bit. Or we could take Choices Paradox. At the start of each combat, add 1 of 5 random cards to your hand and retain the chosen card. We could definitely, I mean, so retain means that it's going to stay in our hand until we play it. Which could give us another piece of our puzzle here. Kind of. The 2 random curses do have me a little bit worried, and I don't know how great Wish is, especially upgraded. There's no way of actually viewing it from here. Okay, let's see. If we go with the curses, do we have shops to remove it? We could take this left path, which will get us to 2 shops, which means we can remove both curses. Or we could take Choices Paradox. I'm definitely not taking Fiddle. Fiddle kills this run, I think. If we choose this left path, we have 2 elites that we can take, if we choose to. We could also choose to avoid elites entirely, if for some reason we are not, if we're in a really, really bad position. The other paths don't bring 2 shops if we want to choose the Seri Talon. I also would need to spend the gold to remove the curses, which we've removed once. So we would have to spend a total of 225 gold. So we wouldn't be able to buy anything else at the shop. It would be 2 spots dedicated to removing the curses, if we choose to do so. Or we could add 1 of 5 random cards and retain it. You know what? I love randomness. Plus, it's very controlled randomness. We get to choose. So we'll take the Choices Paradox. Shoot. You know what? I actually do just like this path in general. I don't mind 2 shops. Okay. Forgotten Ritual, Stomp, Whirlwind, Bully, or Offering. I like Offering. I very much like Offering, especially with Not Yet. And since it's retained, we can wait until we have cards we need to do stuff with in hand. Okay. We got 2, 4, 6, 8. Max hand size is 10. Obviously Not Yet serves no purpose yet. We can Armaments, then Battle Trance, which I think is worth it because we'll upgrade the Offering and everything else, which sounds good to me. And we drew a Pyre turn 1. This is good. This is really good. Alright, obviously no more drawing this turn, so Pillage isn't very useful. I'm thinking we'll want to maintain the Mangle, because the Devoted Sculptor is going to scale up his attacks very quickly. Let's use the Potion-Shaped Rock now, actually. So let's Mangle. No use for Not Yet. No, I want to be able to draw cards with Offering, so I'm not going to use that yet. I could have set up Strike. Let's set up Strike. Which card do we not want to consume? We don't really want to consume Pillage, so we'll use it to get rid of it from my hand and then Thrash and see what we get. Okay, we absorbed a Strike. Okay. In hand we have... Okay. This deals 9 and then doubles. So this will deal... Does it round up or down? I'm going to suggest it rounds down for math's sake. So it would deal 14? No. 13 is rounded down. Am I tripping? 9 plus 4.5 is 13. Yeah. So 13, 26, 9, 26 is nothing. I don't even know why I did that math. Okay. If we use Offering, we'll regain all of our health that we use for it with Burning Blood. Pyre Offering. Then we have Armament for the cards we draw. We also have Bloodletting. Okay. We should definitely have the damage to kill it now. Bash. Dismantle. Gun the bird. Bird! Eat him. Eat him now! Alright. We can take another Rage. Really good option for us. Just because we do attack so much. We could also take Pommel Strike for additional draw, which will help us cycle to our Thrash or Mangle, whichever one is needed. I think we could also upgrade it to draw 2. Yeah. Rage is already upgraded, though. But the faster we can cycle back to Thrash, our star card, I'll say, the better. I'll take it for the draw. Let's go to the shop. Hello, shopkeep. Okay. I don't think we need another Thrash. I think another Thrash would be overkill. Because there's no... like, you can use it as long as you draw it, right? Don't need that. Don't really want Fiendfire because we need to feed the Thrash. Don't need the Rupture. Don't need the Shrug It Off. Shrug It Off's not bad, actually. I might consider that. Don't really want the Havoc. We could take Master of Strategy or Fasten. We do still have all of our defense. Our 4 starting defense, which it would essentially double them. Essentially. We definitely want Master of Strategy, though. Drawing 4 is just too nice. It's only once, but drawing 4 is pretty good for free. It just exhausts. I don't think we have any attacks we necessarily want to upgrade at this point. It'd be nice to have Mangle and Pommel Strike upgraded, but that's one out of, like, what? 10 or 12 possible attacks that we don't really care about getting upgraded. We want a potion slot open. I think Master of Strategy is a definite take. We can also remove a card. We also have a second shop coming up soon. If my best option is remove a card, maybe it's better just to wait. Yeah, I think it's better just to wait here. Alright, let's go to the next... Let's make our way to that next shop. Okay. Choices. Okay. I think Thunderclap is just our best option. Howl from Beyond's interesting, but like unless we our idea there would be to throw it away with Thrash. Or consume it with Thrash and then it plays again at the start of the next turn. Rampage is a definite no, Whirlwind is a definite no. Second Wind is interesting, since it would exhaust all of our non-attack cards, but I kind of like our non-attack cards, I'm going to be honest. I'll take Thunderclap. I'll take Thunderclap. Okay. We want to target the Living Shield first. If we don't target him first and we kill the Turret Operator, this dude gets, like, really, really angry. I mean, like, really angry. So, let's Pyre Potion-Shaped Rock to the Living Shield. We definitely have enough damage, if we choose to. We can also Mangle the Turret Operator, though, to take no damage this turn. Guaranteed. Okay. Here's what I'm thinking. Thunderclap. Give him vulnerable. Mangle the Turret Operator, just so we don't take any damage. Breakthrough is also an option here. I'll do this to make sure we don't take any. Do we want to pillage? Worst option, we get Pyre or Master Strategy just because we're so low. Actually, if we get Master Strategy, then we might be able to draw into Bloodletting. What is our best option with Pillage? What skill do we want to draw? Probably Bloodletting. Just so we can attack more. You know what, let's break through and then defend. Okay, let's break through and strike. We don't need to defend. Okay. Do we have enough juice to kill here? Let's Master Strategy. We can Rage to absorb some of the damage that we would probably take from the Turret Operator. Actually, we have more than enough to do this. Doesn't matter which strike we absorb. Oh, it didn't matter. It didn't matter. The order. Alpire. No damage done. Just looking a little goofy. Alright, let's bash it. Why not? Loot. Vulnerable potion's really good. I'm gonna get rid of the attack potion. I just don't think we need it. Don't think we really need another armaments plus spite. We didn't really get any of that either. We're just gonna skip these. Oh? The Fabricator? Don't really need that extra Thrash. Don't really need Forgotten Ritual. Do we even have exhaust cards? Well, I guess we could I guess we could do that turn 1 with Master of Strategy. Because Master of Strategy already is going to exhaust itself. And then it exhausts itself as well. We'll do that. We'll do that. 2, 4, 6, 8. 8. Master of Strategy would actually draw us perfectly to 10. Let's do that. Okay, this is big. Armaments. Let's get everything upgraded. We can Forgotten Ritual off rip. Let's do that. We'll rage just because we definitely are going to attack. And let's use all the draw we can before getting to Battle Trance. I'm thinking Shrug. Ooh, Bird Swoop's nice. I don't think we're going to need Mangle here. Can we... Okay. Let's then Pillage. My goal here is to get rid of every attack I can, so Thrash eats Mangled. Let's Armaments again. Pommel Strike. Keep drawing, keep drawing. Bash. Strike. Bird Swoop. Actually, if I use these two, do I have enough right now? 31, 27. Well, 31, 54. That's enough, actually. Let's just kill him. The Oko. One turn kill. Okay, now we have an upgraded True Grit, too. Which I still don't think I actually want. I think I'd actually rather take Trumple right now, because we have all the potential. Expect a Fight's not bad, but we already have enough energy. And we have ways to exhaust. I kind of want Tremble. Just because getting big hits in while they're vulnerable is huge now. Like, we have the pieces set up. Okay, along your travels, you stumble upon a dark, amorphous polyp. You can sense that it is very old and very evil. Approach. We can approach, enchant, and attack with Corrupted, or we can kill it with Fire and choose a card to transform. So if we enchant a card with Corrupted, it will deal 50% more damage, but we lose 2 HP. This would have been absolutely perfect for our Thrash. Actually, that would have been the perfect card for the enchantment for Thrash. Because if you have like one big nuke damage dealing attack, that's what you want on it. We don't really want it on anything else either. I mean, we could choose a big damage card that we don't mind giving to Thrash. The other option is transform a card, which means it could just be a dead draw, which I'm not exactly hyped about. Let's choose Corrupted. The question is, which card do we want to corrupt? What's our highest damage? Bird Swoop. Bird Swoop adds another, goes to 21. If we thrash it, that's great. If we don't, it's dealing 21 for free. 42 if we thrash it and, you know, thrash with it. So Mangled would go to, what, 22? If I'm rounding down, 22 isn't bad, but I kind of want to approach it. Oh, does this mean I'm corrupting my bird? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. KK Bird. The big green. It suddenly jumps onto you. You feel a searing pain as it latches onto your arm, but in an instant it is gone. Where did it go? My bird ate it, obviously. Okay, another shop. Okay, we can take another Thrash. We don't have a very big pool of cards yet, as you could probably tell. We could take Lee's Waffle, which isn't really useful to us right now. If you were lower health, it fully heals you, so that's really good. Swift Potion's okay. Potion of Binding is pretty good, actually. We do like that vulnerable. Do I want to discard a potion? We can also get Mayhem, which is alright. It's actually just alright. We don't really have high cost cards that we're afraid of using just because we have so much energy. Okay. I think we could also juggle. Make sure Thrash is the third attack we play. What's your upgraded? It's innate. Okay, well, that's not bad. We could get juggling, remove a card. Move probably just a strike. Sounds kind of nice right now. And then we could try our best to juggle the Thrash so we get a copy of it. Or we could, like, juggle the bird so, like, if we do feed the bird to the Thrash, we don't run out of them. I like juggling. There's a lot of potential here with it. And then let's remove a strike. Thank you, shopkeep. Chest. Gremlin Horn. Whenever an enemy dies, gain energy and draw one card. One energy, one card. Alright, let's start upgrading. I feel pretty good about it. Juggling being innate would be really nice. So would Master of Strategy and Pommel Strike. I'm not worried about the other ones. Actually, maybe upgrading the bird. Bird going to 27. I'm going to upgrade juggling first. We can upgrade bird at the next campfire. I mean, there's one coming up. I'm definitely feeling good about fighting elites right now, so. Whenever you draw a card containing strike, it's played against a random enemy. How much do we like that right now? Pommel Strike will get played for free as long as all of our regular strikes. That means that if we are going to Thrash, it'll have to be other cards without strike in it. So Breakthrough, Bash, Dismantle, Bird Swoop, Pillage. Those are the ones that we're going to be able to eat with it. Hellraiser's not bad. We could also take Demon Form. Additional strength at the beginning of every turn, but we do have to pay a pretty hefty cost. But we have the mana, we have the energy to do it with right now. Okay. Okay. Let's... Okay, let's Hellraiser. Let's Hellraiser. The enemy has artifacts, which means the next 3 debuffs we give him are going to be negated. I'm thinking Hellraiser, juggling. We're in kind of a tough spot right now with that, though. Make him tremble. Since the attack is enchanted, by the way, the Mystic Lighter also goes for it. So it'll deal 9 extra damage. So now it's at 31. Jesus, this is a strong bird. I wish I could vulnerable it. I don't know if it's going to be worth vulnerabling right now because we don't really... I mean, it'll allow us to mangle it if we hit Bash. I'm in no rush, actually. So we can... Let's go Dismantle, Strike, Bird. Bird! Wait, why did I redraw that? Oh, juggling. Right. I juggled it back into my hand. Haha. Let's go. Block, and then we'll take a little bit of damage here. It's an elite fight. It's going to happen. Okay, we automatically play the strike. We automatically play another strike. Pyre. And then we can armaments, defend. It's going to give us some status cards. Don't love that. Don't love that at all. Okay, we have the second Pyre. We can Mangle, remove one more of his artifacts, or we can Thrash it. Which kind of sets us up to draw into the Thrash again eventually. The other question is, okay, have we... Which... We haven't attacked yet, right? Yeah, we haven't attacked yet this turn. Nothing got played from the Hellraiser. So here's what I'm thinking. right now we're at 8 cards. If we play one, we go down to 7. We have to play 1 card before Battle Trance so we can draw all the cards that it offers. Armaments? As long as this doesn't upgrade the burns. Right? Okay, it didn't. We can... Pillage would throw it up. I could pillage Thrash, then Thrash again. Did I play an attack? No. No, I haven't played an attack yet. Okay. We can pillage Mangle Thrash, or we could pillage Bash Thrash, which is also very intriguing. Let's do that. And then thrash it. We get another copy of it. Okay, let's end the turn there. $40 damage incoming. Okay. Next card we play, or next attack we play is going to get doubled. Have to remember that. Let's shrug it off. Master of Strategy. Let's see what we can draw. Okay, strike gets duplicated. Let's rage. Okay. We have... we can defend if we need to. We have breakthrough. Oh. Okay, it's only the 3rd attack we play each turn, so I don't have to worry about the ordering for this attack necessarily. Question is... Okay. That's going to be 82 damage with the Thrash. 93 with Breakthrough. So it doesn't matter which order I play him in, we're not going to have enough to kill. We have enough energy to do everything in our hand. Do I want to absorb the strike or just... You know, Thrash is going to kill it on its next go anyway. So let's Breakthrough, strike, defend, Thrash. We fully block. Nice. That's money right there. Only need to deal 21 more. We pommel. Oh yeah. The other copy of Thrash. By Gabby Boy. Dexterity Potion would be nice. Against the next fight. I'm willing to give up 15 now. Ooh, and the oddly smooth stone. Start with 1 dexterity. Dexterity is the strength for block. And then we could get another tremble. Since these exhaust, I don't mind taking them too much. Plus, it's already upgraded. Let's see. What do we want to upgrade here, though? Master of Strategy Plus is nice. Oh, Bird Swoop. Bird Swoop. Definitely Bird Swoop. Let's take on another elite. None of these are phenomenal. We have to add 1. We could armaments actually and hold it in our hand until we have cards we kind of want to upgrade. Or we could take Inflame, gain 3 strength, which will come in handy this run, or this specific encounter. I'll take Inflame. 2, 4, 6, 8. This gets upgraded to draw 4. Play in armaments. We have 7 cards. Play Master of Strategy. We go down to 6 in our hand. So it'll get the full 4. Okay. Let's start with Inflame. Play our juggling. So our third attack is going to get copied. We can set up dismantle Bird Swoop after playing Tremble. I like that. I like that idea. And we'll copy the Bird Swoop, play it again. Not bad. Not bad at all. And now we can what? Armaments, play both defense. Oh, we did not need the extra. Okay. That's almost a one-shot kill on the elite. That's huge. Um, let's see. We can break through strike. Is that enough? 30 with the... Yeah. Actually, can I avoid taking the damage and just bash? No. That's fine. It's 1 HP. Bye-bye. Ooh, Happy Flower. Every 3 turns, gain an energy. Passive energy gain is great too. Probably take another Pommel Strike. Just anything that helps us keep cycling at this point. The only question is it even worth it? Because we're going to cycle for cycle, essentially. It'll be worth it. The queen has an ability which makes it so... Well, you'll see. I feel pretty confident about taking on the stage 3. Alright. Battle-worn Dummy. As you approach, it begins to rumble and fizzle and lights up brilliantly. Bzz. Time to train. You have 3 turns to defeat me. Choose a setting or face lethal humiliation. These are after the terrifying message. The dummy carefully reads out detailed instructions. What do you choose? Setting 1, we fight a 75 HP dummy and procure 1 random potion. Setting 2, fight a 150 HP dummy and upgrade 2 random cards. Or setting 3, fight a 300 HP dummy and obtain a random relic. I think it's worth taking on setting 3. I've never actually beaten this guy yet, by the way. Ironically enough. At the end of your turn, 1 random attack in your hand is played against an enemy for Stampede. I don't really care about that. We could take Bludgeon. And we can make sure that Bludgeon is hit by... Actually, we don't have that many turns. But if we can Vulnerable, that's good damage already. I like that idea, actually. Or we could take Body Slam. Body Slam is a sleeper here. Because we do get a deceptively large amount of block. I don't know if we get 32 block. Well, if we Rage, we're going to have to spend 2 on Pyre, though. Let's take Bludgeon. Start off with Pyres. Get Juggling out there. We will Rage. Okay. We can Pommel Strike or Pillage. I want to hold on to the Battle Trance just in case we don't draw the card we want to. Pommel. Okay, let's Pillage. We didn't really... Well, we got Tremble, which isn't bad, but... I'm really looking for... Thrash. Okay, we ended up not getting it. We can Armaments. We keep the Bludgeon in hand. I don't know if it's luck or if I just have really bad sense of how much damage we could deal. I was kind of hyped up after the last fight, I'm not going to lie. Strike. We'll Bludgeon. And we can... Not yet. So worst comes to worst, we heal 10 HP from this battle. Okay. Okay, we have potential here. First things first, let's Armaments. So we get 3 attacks here. The only problem is well, we'll have to Thrash at the very end and we can double Thrash. But aside from that, we have to use Mangle and Bird Swoop to even get the Juggling proc. So let's do that. It didn't absorb anything. Oh! 14 HP. Come on! You are weak. Humiliation has been administered. The dummy is silent for a moment. And... choose the lower setting next time. Have a nice day. I swear to God, I'm going to beat up that dummy. I'm going to beat the shit out of that dummy eventually. And it will be cathartic. Cathartic? No. Maybe. Alright. What do we want to get here? What do we want to upgrade? Drawing the extra cards is always good. And if somehow we don't get armaments, I would really prefer to have a Master of Strategy upgraded. Reason being, since it exhausts, if I get it at the very beginning and I'm not able to use it, that would not be very good. Okay. We can take... What do we want here? We do have exhaust, but we definitely want to hit the minion first. Or we have vulnerable for Colossus, but we don't really have much renewable vulnerable, you know? We can take unmovable first time you gain block from a card each turn, double the amount gained. We can take Dark Embrace whenever your card is exhausted, draw a card. Which is really good with our Thrash. Or we could take Cascade, but to use like all of our energy. But it's risky. It feels risky to me. Let's go Dark Embrace. Okay, starting it off. Let's hit Juggling. Let's hit Dark Embrace. I'm going to make the minion tremble. Okay, we got Not Yet. Let's Rage real quick. When we exhaust, we're going to draw an extra card because of the Dark Embrace. So, Master Strategy draws 5. Let's Armaments. I can't believe I did not draw a Pyre yet. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Let's Pommel, see what we draw. Still no Pyre. My god. Not like this. Alright. This is a good time to Thrash, though. Do we want to get rid of one of these first? One of these attacks that might absorb. Let's get rid of Dismantle. And then Thrash and, see what it hits. It hit Strike. And we drew a Pyre that we can't play, and we got a copy of the Thrash. Pop a Dex Potion, just because. This is the last fight. Why not use it? Chains of Binding. We can only... so we can only play one of these 3 cards. I could Pyre, set us up for the future, and then shrug off. Okay, I'm happy with that. We take 1. So be it. We have 99 Frail, Weak, and Vulnerable, respectively. Okay. What do we want to do here? We can Strike, Bird Swoop. And that gives us a copy of Bird Swoop, which I don't think will be bound. So that'll be 41 damage twice plus 10. 7. So 14 with 82. I think that's just under what it would take to kill. The question is, what else can we even do? And the answer is, I don't think anything. So Strike, Bird Swoop. Okay, it is still chained. That's a bummer. Would have been a good turn for Mangle. Okay. We could Bird Swoop. Leaves it at 1 HP. Bird Swoop into Battle Trance. Rage. Bird Swoop. Battle Trance. This is a copy. Yeah, this is definitely the copy of Bird Swoop. We'll Pyre. Let's Dismantle. Fuck. Let's Dismantle again. We have an extra Dismantle in the deck now, which is fine. She's dealing a good amount of damage. We can Mangle. Let me think real quick. Okay. The question is between Pillage and Mangle. Mangle actually probably does much more for us right now because making her deal 0 damage is much different than 35 incoming damage. The only problem is then that's our last ability. Then we have to use Thrash to eat up the Pillage, which isn't, you know, that's not actually too bad. I'm more than happy to just survive. And then shrug off. I don't really want a copy of Setup Strike at this point. Oh! I forgot to use the Vulnerable Potion. That's okay. Let's use the Vulnerable Potion now. We could make her more vulnerable. I'd really much rather just play Pommel Strike. Draw 2 cards, armament those. Yeah, we have enough energy to do it. Strike, then Thrash. Eat up the Bash. We'll lose access to Vulnerable for the rest of the fight, but by the time that we get to that point, it shouldn't matter anymore. It should. Dude, I keep forgetting. I keep forgetting about the juggling, and it's coming in clutch so much. Okay. Battle Trance seems like a pretty safe start here. We don't have any other draw in our hand, so we'll have to go with it. Oh, baby. Thrash into Thrash. Do we want to play a different attack, though, before we do that? The more cards in hand, the less likely a Thrash is to eat up the other Thrash, which is pretty nice right now. Actually, even if it does, I'm sure we're able to draw to it. We've set up our deck well for that. So I'll Thrash and then Thrash. I lied. We have juggling. I just remembered. So we'll Thrash, Pommel Strike, Thrash. That way we get the copy. And then just kill her. Let's go! First run is a win. So the Archdemon's Thrall has arrived. Threaten. Enemy. Kill. Proceed. That's not bad damage. And he one-shots us. You dealt 1,598 damage to the Architect. Okay, and... oh. We got 2 badges as well. We leveled up once. So you get Elite Killer, which is a badge for killing 6 enemies or more, and Restless. We won without ever resting. We climbed 48 floors, gained 892 gold, 7 elites killed, 3 bosses slain. We discovered a bunch of cards, we discovered relics, we discovered enemies, and we have 5 new epochs. So epochs give you unlocks as well. In the timeline, reveal epochs to unlock cards, relics, and much more. So let's view Meow. Play a single run to reveal this epoch. And it's Chapter 5, The Reopening. Mother of Resurrection, Meow, awaken from her slumber. Rise, champion, again, again. Meow will greet you at the start of each run. So she'll give us like she'll give us an option, 3 options, just like the people at the beginning of each floor, the ancients, I think they're called. She'll go like Meow will give us 3 options to choose from to affect our run. Let's view some of the other epochs as well. Okay. Let's go from the right to left here. Fog rolls in. The Silent. News of the Spire's reopening made its way to the Silent. She ferries a boat to the capital. One of the playable characters in the first game back again. The Silent sneaks past the gate wards with ease and enters the Spire once more. So we unlocked her as a playable character. I don't know which order these are in, if it's 1 to 3 or 3 to 1. I think the timeline is left to right. Let's first see Prion. Chapter 1, Magnum Opus. A void of nothingness. But then, the world came into existence. It turned about and molded itself into that which tells stories. Along this journey lay a planet named Prion, a mere speck in this universe. They say that a great story about a spire took place there. So we unlock 3 new cards. Automation, every 10 cards you draw gain energy. Entropy, at the start of your turn, transform a card in your hand. And Catastrophe, play 2 random cards from your draw pile. Okay. Oh. And then we have 3 of the Ironclad ones. So these are Ironclad specific. Chapter 1, The Pact. For centuries, war raged between the Ironclads and the Valley Guard. Driven by ambition, a young Ironclad ventures to the Forbidden Boundary and bargains with the Sacred Demon. So the following potions will appear in future runs. The Blood Potion. Heal for 20% of your max HP. The Soldier's Stew. All cards containing strike gain replay 1 this combat. And Ashwater. Exhaust any number of cards in your hand. I'm not sure if these are specifically for the Ironclad or if it unlocks it for all of the characters. The Ironclad's rage cannot be tamed. Ascension difficulties can be activated when starting a run. Ascension just makes the game harder. Devastation. Chapter 2 of the Ironclad. The Ironclad's strength surges. The flames of the demonic pact course through his blood. Cuts and bruises heal rapidly. The Valley Guard are cleaved in two. The Desert Tribe are burnt to a crisp. Windwalkers smashed into the ground. And even a familiar horde of aggressive bronze-cladded warriors are set ablaze in these exciting new flames. All of the Ironclad's enemies are shown no mercy. All of the Ironclads. Ironclad? Where is everyone? Kinda sounds like Avatar: The Last Airbender with the 4 tribes. Valley Guard being the... what? Actually, I'm not going to get into it. Or Naruto with their different clans. Alright, so we've unlocked 3 relics. The Red Skull. While your HP is at or below 50%, you have 3 additional strength. We have the Paper Frog. Enemies with vulnerable take 75% more damage rather than 50. And the Ruined Helmet. The first time you gain strength each combat, double the amount gained. And then we have Act 1 with the first... oh no, never mind. Alright, Chapter 3, The Ironclad. The Ironclad, a warrior from a faraway land, entered the Spire. Driven by pure instinct and accursed blood, he has lost all reason and identity. All who prevent his ascent shall perish. So we have Molten Fist now. 1 energy attack, deal 10 damage, and double the enemy's vulnerable. Not double the damage they take, double the amount of vulnerable they have. We have Dominate. Apply 1 vulnerable, and gain 1 strength for each vulnerable on the enemy. With Exhaust. And then for 1 energy, we have Cruelty. Vulnerable enemies take an additional 25% damage. So that essentially applies the Paper Frog to each vulnerable enemy. Or it essentially gives you a Paper Frog that you can play multiple times, which I think it does stack. Ooh, that's pretty good. That's also why we didn't see like any vulnerable cards that run, as most of them were locked behind this, I think. Alright. I think that is long enough. Shoot, this was like 2.5 hours. That's way longer than I expected it to go for. I'll probably explain a little bit less next time. 2.5 hours is extreme. But if you reached the end. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, please like it. Please subscribe. Have a great day. Thank you for watching.